Hi, Genki Call here with your Soulforge offerings for the week of February 21st, 2022. Before we go into that, I want to show you what the Tuesday Faction Assault weapon is going to be, and that is from Dark Pits, and it is the Pit Knife. The Pit Knife will be available in the Soulforge and in the shop for the event, for the Faction Assault event, Tuesday only. It does damage to the last enemy, then curses and drains all mana from them, which is, there are lots of troops that do a much more effective job of that type of thing. Let's see the upgrades here. Um, yeah, nothing really exciting about this weapon. It's something that you will get if you decide to pursue going up higher in the faction assault. So basically, it's free. Um, and if you need to get your Mist of Scales power level up, you'll want to get this knife. For gems, I mean, it'll cost 200 diamonds plus some other resources in the Soul Forge, but anytime you can use gems instead of diamonds is usually going to be better. And this isn't something to go out of your way to get, in my opinion. So as far as clicking on the wrong buttons, let's click on the right ones. So let's pursue more weapons here. Also, in the Soul Forge for weapons, we have Cobra's Curse. If you're going to Cobra's Curse and Medusa's Tome, they use about the same type of mechanic, just different colors. So Cobra's Curse, this one does damage to an enemy boosted by Naga allies, so any Naga from anywhere, and then creates a mix of 6 red and green gems for each Naga ally. Now, this is a really good one to use with Marilith and Venoxia. Marilith takes green and red, and Venoxia takes green. So if you're running an all Naga team, this is a nice one to use. I also use this with Mombasira and Treachery. It works very, very nicely. Then we have Medusa's Tome, which I haven't actually used, and this is specific to Mist of Scales. Creates a mix of blue and red gems for each Mist of Scales ally, and plus damage to an enemy. And, there aren't a ton of... I'll show you. So let's sort by Mist of Scales. Hello. Wake up. Wake up, Colleen. Kingdoms, Mist of Scales. Do, 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 do. There it is. So we want to sort by red and blue, I believe it was. Um, so if you have Euryali, it feeds into Marilith. There's some okay troops here, but I think that the other one is really more useful, in my opinion. So that is my opinion. So personally, I like Cobra's Curse better. But as far as weapons go, if you're going to craft only one weapon in the Soul Forge, my recommendation would be for, but not that, Scale Guard Protector. This is my favorite type of weapon. It explodes a bunch of gems, grants a random status effect to all Naga allies, and then summons a Naga troop. You can use this just for the explosion. And, if you need to summon something, that's great. You don't have to worry about the random status effect. You can use this with any team, and I have for the colors. So, if you're going to craft any weapon, I would recommend this one, but that's because this is my favorite type of weapon. And then what else do we have? I can't believe Trick and Treat is still here. This was supposed to be gone back in November. All right. Dagger of Scales is one of those 75 gem um, cheap weapons from Mist of Scales. Removes all green gems, deal damage to an enemy, boosted by gems removed, and if they're from Mist of Scales, deal double damage. It's a weapon, and it's a cheap one if you need one. But that looks like all we've got here for weapons. Haha. Make sure I'm not missing something. All right, let's head over to troops. Ha ha ha! We have Pharos-Ra. So if you are soul hunting, he's not as relevant as he used to be because of Nomapaloozas and people getting lots of souls from Nomapaloozas. But 150 bonus souls on your cap, the total amount of souls that you can have per battle is amazing. Um, I've been playing for over a year and a half, and I don't have Pharos-Ra. I don't need Pharos-Ra at this point. I've got tons of souls. I have over 2 million souls. However, I'm going to craft him. I'm going to craft him because I need him for my power level at Qatar. And I'm gonna do that after I finish going over the rest of these troops. But I did want to mention it. If you're low level, if you need souls, he is fantastic. He's the best necromancer in the game. Necromancer, I mean, is somebody that can get you bonus souls from each battle. So as far as legendaries go, we've got Christenix, who I can't pronounce. I do not know how to pronounce that, but I don't love this troop. Some people really do. She removes all gems of a chosen color, so that will boost her spell that she's going to do to all enemies, which can be good in well, it can be good in any battle and also in delving, but the removed gems aren't going to get you any mana, but it could deny it to your enemy. So if it's yellow attack day, you remove all yellow and then they don't have any to use. So in that way, it is useful. She does have 50% skull damage reduction, and she gets enchanted when she matches purple gems. So that makes her pretty useful. I'm just not fond of the remove all gems type of mechanic. It's not my favorite. We also have Tinseltail. I actually really don't like troops that do this or this or this. However, Tinseltail is one of those exceptions where I actually really like her. She gives all allies 4 magic, period. She's going to give them all 4 magic, and that is significant. That's going to boost your spells damage. This purple number is affected by your magic. So she's going to give all allies, including herself, 4 magic with a 50% chance for each of the following: deal damage to all enemies, explode 8 gems, and or give all allies 38 life. She could do all or none. Anyway, she fairy fires a random enemy when matching green gems. Would I recommend crafting her from the Soulforge? The answer is no. I do really like this troop, but in general, spending your diamonds on legendaries, you're gonna get them eventually anyway. They're much easier to get than the mythics are. So generally speaking, unless you need them for a specific team that you're dying to use, or you need them for power levels, I generally don't recommend using your diamonds on legendaries unless they're extraordinarily good, like Tesla. So the Ghost Queen gives 50% mana start to all undead allies, and she's actually really good to run with Draculus and Crimson Bat, and just she also steals life, so she also does true damage like the other undead I just mentioned, and it's boosted by purple gems. She's stealing mana, making it so that they can't cast right away, and this 50% mana start. I actually really like this troop. I just don't use undead usually unless I'm delving. Leonis Tower is always there. Regent Khalif, yeah, I tried Regent Khalif in a delve. I gave him a chance. Gain 4 magic for himself only, and either gain 38 life or deal 38 damage to all enemies. Or he might gain 10 more magic. So this is an either or that I don't like. I tried him in a delve. I just didn't have any luck with him. He never did anything except gain 4 magic, which does nothing at all if you're not getting these other things cast. It doesn't matter if you're gaining 4 magic if you're not doing these other things, because the magic does you no good if you're not having some, like adding magic to Zul'Goth. I pulled Zul'Goth up so I can show you. Zul'Goth's spell is not affected by magic. Nothing here in purple. That means increasing his magic to 100 is going to do nothing. Anyway, I don't care for that troop. Flaming Oni, I believe this is the first time he's been in the Soulforge. If you need him for Zejin to get your power level up, he does convert 2 red gems to burning gems when his turn begins, or your turn begins. if you're using him. He summons a firestorm at the start of battle, which makes him nice to run with Phoenicia if you already have Sunspear filled up. However, Magma Dragon does it better. So as far as that goes, do Magma Dragon, do Tink Steam Whistle. I mean, he does summon 3 random goblins, but you have to have the empty spaces for him to summon into first. So, and then he explodes green gems and gains an extra turn. So he's not useless. He can be useful. However, I don't think he is, generally speaking, a mythic to go out of your way to craft unless you need him for Zagen. Um, I just don't think he's worth 4,000 diamonds personally, because there are so many good mythics out there. All right, and then we have Fallen Valdis. Hmm, she is considered to be one of the worst mythics in the game. I do not own her. You can see she's not traded. That means I don't own her. She does damage to all enemies, explodes doom skulls if there are any, boosted by divine enemies. If you're fighting divines, silence divine enemies. I mean, this is a very, very specific. She's only going to be super useful if you're fighting divines. So go to Whitehelm and use her, but otherwise, unless there's a vent that specifically is fighting divines, then I can't see her being incredibly useful, especially for a 24 mana cost. Um, and her traits are okay. Summon a dark storm when an enemy dies. There are lots of legendaries that do that. So Draxum, I need um, a mythic for there, but not about to craft her. No. Last up, we have Euryali, or Yuri, Yuri, Euryali. Euryali. I don't know. I like to say Euryali. So, anyway, she is in the event key drop table because we are in Mist of Scales this week. I highly recommend that if you want this troop, wait till Sunday. Use your event keys. Buy tiers in the shop for the world event. She's in that drop table as well. So, I really, really wanted her. I used up some campaign or some event keys last night, and I was shocked when I got her. I was so happy. So happy because I was thinking about crafting her. Um, she does true damage to all enemies boosted by Naga and undead allies and summons a Bone Naga. Not worried about the Bone Naga, he's pitiful. However, true damage to all ally or enemies is fantastic. Plus, she poisons all enemies on 4+ gem matches. Now, there are 2 things about the poison that are significant. One is poison does not wear off. It is the only status effect I can think of in the game that does not ever wear off. You have to either cleanse it or die. It takes a long time when you're higher level. However, if you get their life down low enough, it will kill them eventually. The other significant thing, and the only really significant thing about this, is that pair Euryali with this poison all enemies on 4+ gem matches makes Scorpius amazing. Scorpius is another mythic, and he will insta-kill any troop that is poisoned. He'll hit the last 2 troops, and if either one is poisoned, he will insta-kill them. So you run Euryali with God, my mind, I'm so sorry, with Scorpius and something that curses, and you just have an amazing insta-kill team. Anyway, that is it for the Soulforge offerings. I'm going to craft Pharos-Ra. I'm going to go and I'm going to get my Qatar power level up. If you want to stay tuned for that, I'm going to do that right now. Pharos-Ra! Ah! Got him. I'm so happy. All right, Qatar. Let's get this power level up. Upgradable, please. All right. I'm not spending 5 celestials on, or 4 celestials on anything. I have no reason to. That is a lot of celestials. They're hard to come by, and I have plenty of orbs of wisdom. So definitely going to do that. And of course, he dropped back down. I traded him. Hold on, I didn't. You silly thing. There he is. I should have done this first, apparently. Okay, I actually am going to only do him to level 18 and use 2 orbs of growth on him. That's a lot of souls, and I don't need souls. However, I have lots of orbs of growth, and I still need to medal troops, which I will need souls for. So, there we go. Let's get that power level up. Aha! Yay! All right, I was only able to take it up to level 20, but here's the reason why I really wanted to get this up to 20. Plus 3 kingdom skill bonus. This is across the board. The kingdom skill here is armor, so that's plus 3 armor for every single one of my troops, and that is awesome. Really happy about that. Anyway, that is it for the Soulforge video. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye!